Welcome back!
It's funny because you think you finally have them pinned down. You think you finally know what the schedule is going to look like. You released a trailer 2 Tuesdays in a row. Yup. So it would be logical to release another one this Tuesday. Yup. So release the trailer on Tuesday. Let's release it on Monday. Anyway, welcome back everybody. Today we have another Age of Calamity Untold Chronicles trailer to watch, so let's just go ahead and get into it. Let's see what's going on today. I already see Koroks in the preview, so that's a good sign. Alright, so here we got outside Hyrule Castle. Same cutscene we've already seen. Gameplay. Is this just a gameplay trailer then? Koroks. More Koroks. More Koroks. Hetsu! Hetsu's here! And he has a voice!
Be still. Impressive.
Yes, it is impressive. Okay, so there's the bomb thing from Zelda. That's by the Great Plateau. That's in Gatepost Town Ruins. Okay, so they all have paragliders apparently. And that's it, yeah. That's about it. Pretty basic trailer, all things considered. So we'll go back and take a quick look at it, but that's not a lot going on in that trailer. Pretty basic one. We get more gameplay, which is nice. Always nice to see more gameplay in trailers. But like new scenes, story-wise, new stuff going on, not much. Okay, so let's take a bit of a closer look at this trailer like we've been doing for all the Untold Chronicles trailers. Now, as I already kind of said, there's not a whole lot of new stuff happening here. It's mostly stuff that we already kind of knew about, or like just new gameplay, which seeing new gameplay is always a good thing. But just like new big reveal wise, there's not a lot going on here. So it's mostly minute details that we can learn from this trailer. So let's take a look at them. Now, as we open up on our first shot here, we can see Hyrule Castle with Hyrule Field out in front of it. And I'm assuming this is going to be right before, or maybe even right after, the battle at Hyrule Field we have already seen in gameplay demos and just known is going to happen. My gut feeling right now is telling me after the battle, just looking at all the like stuff out here, debris. You can even see what might be a spot in the grass that is burnt. But there's no way to tell for sure if this is after or before the battle. It doesn't really matter that much either. We just get a better look at Hyrule Field here from a bit of a different angle. Now, going on, we get into a scene we've already seen before. This is from the gameplay demo they showed at TGS. Exactly the same cutscene where we meet Impa and the tower rises right from where those guys are. And it doesn't end well for them, but yeah. Taking a look at the details around this area again, because we never really analyzed this part of the gameplay demo. It looks like a central tower garrison, I guess you could say. There's a fountain over here. There's a just like wagon over here. There's a door. See that door? I found the door. Wow. Yeah, I mean not a lot going on here as well. Seen it before, so yeah. Bit of a theme with this trailer, but we see new gameplay here. This is, of course, still in Hyrule Field, but this time, Link is using a spear, which is cool to see. And as we move on, we'll see him using a Traveler's Claymore. But before we get there, we gotta analyze this scene here, okay? So, he's fighting Bokoblins. This seems to be the exact same battle that takes place in Hyrule Field. It might be like a training battle that uses the exact same area, but the Bokoblins are still just red. So it has to be early on in the game. Here we see what might be a different battle in one of the towns by Hyrule Castle, though, because these guys are blue Bokoblins, which, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think we saw those originally in the gameplay demo for Hyrule Castle. Hyrule Field, that whole area, yes. Not much new going on here. We've seen this area before. Link is using a Traveler's Claymore. Right here is where we get one of the most interesting parts of the trailer, though, which is Link can use boomerangs now. You see that? So, the boomerang is a weapon that is available in his arsenal, apparently. We saw this when we looked into all the weapons that were in the Treehouse Live gameplay demo, but there is a very good variety of weapons in this game, and they all are basically identical to the ones you've already seen in Breath of the Wild. If you want to know more about all the weapons we've already seen, I go over it in my 15 Things You Missed in the Treehouse Live presentation. But here we see the boomerang, which is very cool, and we see it does have range as it takes out these Azalfos and just sends them flying, as I can maybe demonstrate here by showing you the clip again. So here we have a box with a Korok inside, which we've already seen these fellows in the Treehouse Live presentation as well. But here we see a whole lot more of them. There's a lot. Just look, we have one there, 4 over there. There's a lot of them going on. We'll get to you in a minute, Hetsu. But as I kind of mentioned in an earlier video, I believe it was still the 15 Things You Missed video, I think these are going to act very similar to basically the gold Skulltulas in the original Hyrule Warriors, where they are a collectible you find in every stage, and they do something for you. What did they do in the original? I can't remember, but it was probably something good. I feel like it was something good. So hopefully the Koroks will have a bit of a better purpose in this game than they did in Breath of the Wild, but yeah. So this one right here, let's see if we can figure out exactly the location that they're in, because so far we saw all these locations which are mostly similar. We see Hyrule Castle. Right here might be a bit of a different location. We see a waterfront, what seems to be a village, a burnt down house, and yeah, but there's not enough to make out exactly where that could be. This could be that Gatepost Town map, maybe, because there are some areas kind of like that over by the Great Plateau in that place. But yeah, so right here in this scene, see a rocky terrain. I'm guessing this is also by the Great Plateau, if I can get a better look at it. Oh no, well, maybe. Those rock structures are very big, so it gives me the impression Great Plateau. But the texturing looks a little different, so this might be a totally different area, but I cannot tell exactly where it is. It's interesting, though, because the Koroks are here to say, hey, the Koroks are here, but the most interesting thing about these shots are the backgrounds. So this right here seems to be the walkways that are over by the Road to Gerudo Desert, where there's the excavation spot of Boris and all that going on, which would be an interesting map. I'm not sure 100% about it being a map, though, because it is a bit of a barren terrain, and the Breach of Demise has a very similar rock structure, as you can see right here. This might even be the Breach of Demise. The only thing that really lends credence to it being the Road to Gerudo Desert is these walkways. So we'll have to see on that, but we might see Gerudo Desert Road 2 map thing? Yes, maybe. Here, though, we do see one very interesting scene as well. So, of course, we have this one right here, which is most likely Hyrule Field. You can kind of see the structures over in the distance over here, and it's most likely Hyrule Field. Over here, we see a bench, which, I mean, could be anywhere. I'm guessing it's also in the Hyrule Field map, in one of the towns. And then over here, we see what is, I'm gonna say again, most likely Gatepost Town by the Great Plateau, just because of it's an open field. It looks like the same lighting you see during that mission, so that's what I'm going with for that one. This one right here, though, is the most interesting, because you see the kind of mist effect up here. You see the lighting of this overall image. I think this is in the Lost Woods, which we've kind of speculated about it being a map in this game, and there have been plenty of cutscenes in the Lost Woods to justify that, but I feel like this is the closest to confirmation we've seen thus far. I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm pretty darn sure, like 99% sure, that Lost Woods is going to be a map in this game, which is really exciting, and I can't wait to see how it plays, because you could not explore the Lost Woods in Breath of the Wild, which is really interesting that a game that's going to allow you to explore less is going to allow you to explore an area you never could in Breath of the Wild. It's just a very ironic and funny thing. But yeah, we've seen the Koroks and all that, but we haven't seen Hetsu yet. This is our first look at Hetsu in Age of Calamity, and it's a really interesting scene here because we can see Urbosa, Egg Guardian, Zelda, and 2 Hylian soldiers. Now, if you remember in Breath of the Wild, Hetsu talks about how he cannot be seen by anyone. He hasn't been seen by anyone for 100 years, which this is 100 years ago, so kind of makes sense that they might be able to see him, which they do see. He does say in the scene, someone can finally see me.
Finally, somebody sees me!
But the weird thing is, okay, so Urbosa seems to be able to see Hetsu, and Zelda does as well. Egg Guardian just be an Egg Guardian, okay? But these 2 soldiers, they're also looking over in Hetsu's direction, like they can see him maybe, or maybe they're just like, what are Urbosa and Zelda looking at? Also, Link's here as well. I just saw that. But like, based on what we know, regular Hylians are, like, not everyone can see Hetsu. Like, only special people can, apparently. And I guess the champions qualify as special people? I don't know. Maybe these guys are quite special as well. But, or maybe it's just a thing that, like, they lost belief in the Koroks. Maybe it's like that. If you don't believe in them, you can't see them. I'm really spitballing here, but, it's really weird that the soldiers look over like they can actually see Hetsu. But from what we know, only Link can see Hetsu in Breath of the Wild, and I was guessing maybe only the champions and him would be able to see Hetsu in Age of Calamity. But, you know, who knows? Who knows? Also, I haven't mentioned it yet, but I'm almost certain this scene is in the Lost Woods. I feel like it's also going to be chained together with the other cutscenes we've already seen, where Rivali, Mipha, and Link are walking in the Lost Woods, and where we see all the champions at the Great Deku Tree. I feel like the other champions are right off screen here with Link, so I think they're all here, and they're all going to see the Great Deku Tree for some reason. So yeah, maybe also that scene with the hooded figure is also here, and that's what triggers the battle that happens in the Lost Woods. But that's just my headcanon right now. I feel like the events there kind of line up in a good way that you can tell that might be what happens. Besides that, there is one more interesting thing to look at here, which is Hetsu's voice acting, because we see that for the first time. We don't see it, we hear it, but yeah.
Finally! Somebody sees me!
So yeah, bit childish, bit squeaky, which is about what you would expect from Hetsu. At least that's what I expected from Hetsu. So, I like it. I like it a lot. It's pretty good. Yeah. So, now going on to this next scene, we see Mipha in Zora's domain fighting some Lizalfos. Now, there's not a lot to take away from this shot exactly. I mean, she's using Cryonis, and you can see a bit of a tree thing over here. Also, what may be Zora's domain are some bridges in the background over there, which kind of lends credence to the idea that the Zora's domain map is going to take the entire trail up to Zora's domain, which I talked about in my mapping out video. But I can't really see anything else happening here. She's still using the light skill trident, which means that we still have not seen any new weapons for the champions, even though I feel like they're going to exist. We just haven't seen them yet. And that's about it. These are green Lizalfos, so it means maybe early on in the game this is going to happen, which is also something we've speculated about already. But that's it for this scene. The next scene, though, is a bit more interesting. We see Rivali here. And what's interesting about this scene is we haven't really seen a lot of the Hever region map that they've shown like a few times. Like the few shots they've shown have been in enclosed spaces where we didn't really get a good look at what we're covering here. But here we get our best look yet, which is a trail-like place down to like a house-type arch. And Rivali's using stasis, which again confirms that all of the champions can use the different abilities that have not even been discovered yet. But the really interesting thing about that, besides just the location, is Rivali is wearing his scarf here, his champion scarf, which means this is after he's been knighted a champion or whatever, which is interesting because that means it's probably later on in the game. This might just be like a replay of that mission, or maybe a training mode mission that uses this map. But I just thought that would be something interesting to point out. Also, the Lizalfos are ice Lizalfos, which is a nice detail. Going on, we see a clear scene of Zelda using this bomb rune thing move, which I still do not understand, by the Great Plateau, as you can see by the wall over here. It's a bit more visible if you go back a second and just take a look. Yeah, so there's the Great Plateau. We see this archway here, which I don't believe was there before, but oh, actually, that leads into Gatepost Town. You can kind of see it over there. So yeah, this is right by Gatepost Town, which is right in that area. It's a little closer to the actual plateau than it is in Breath of the Wild, but as you can see here, it's the exact area we see in that trailer from last week where the Yiga clan was revealed. Also, I want to take a look at the enemies here, because we see the Yiga in this shot here, but do we see them in Zelda's shot? No, we see Lizalfos here, so maybe this is from a training mission, and then this is from the real mission, which also makes me question it again, because in that cutscene we only see Link and Zelda, if I remember correctly. I don't think Ibba is there, so that's another odd discrepancy. But yeah, I don't think there's a lot more to talk about in this scene. I really like the design of this whole Gatepost Town from what I've seen so far. It looks amazing. and also when you actually get the view of the plateau behind it from that last trailer. I absolutely love that. But yeah, there's not a lot more going on here. Impa's using the stasis attack again, which I absolutely love. She just pulls the weapons from all of her enemies and turns it into a giant stick that she beats them up with, and it's amazing. But yeah, that's about it for that. We go on to this final scene here with Link, Impa, Rivali, and Daruk flying off towards Hyrule Castle. Now, the lighting might make you think, okay, Calamity is already struck, but looking at the outline of the castle, I don't think it has. I mean, it could. This could be after the Calamity is struck. We do see that Daruk has a scarf here, but I don't think it is. And also, how does Daruk have a paraglider? How does that even work? I don't know, but apparently it does. So yeah, we also see them jumping off from the tower, the central garrison tower, which we've talked about before in the Treehouse demo. They said that is basically Link's base of operations in this game, so that lines up with it again. And I think that's about all we can see. Impa over there. We hear Impa's voice acting a little bit more. We hear it when she's using moves as well, but this is like our best glimpse at it, I'd say.
Magnesis. Here it goes. Terrifying.
Thinks it's terrifying, so yeah. But that's about it. That's all I could find in this trailer. Bit of a lighter one, you know, mostly gameplay focused stuff we've already seen. Koroks are in there too, which is cool. But there are some cool details. I hope you guys saw something new in my little analysis of it here. And I hope you enjoyed the video. So if you did enjoy the video, make sure you subscribe. We do videos like this, analyses whenever, you know, new trailers come out, which seems to be a weekly thing now. And yeah, I have a new video coming very soon as well, a big one about the hooded figure in the last trailer and who their identity might just be, because there are a lot of theories going around, and I'm going to present all of them to you, and hopefully we can find the best one. So, thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, check out all the Discord, Twitter links down in the description below, and I will see you soon with more videos. Yeah. Have a great one. Bye.